That better? No, I redid it.
I'm staring into the valley of hell with a cross on my heart and smoke on my breath. We are outnumbered, but I'm not scared. I'm ready to die, shoot my soul through the sky. Father, forgive us for what we may do. Sometimes we lie when we search for the truth. We sell who we are 'cause we don't want to lose. I hear the heroes calling out my name. In Valhalla they wait, preparing my place. I take fire from the edge of the sun, put the crown on my head. Either way, I have won. Father, forgive us for what we have done. We have to finish what we have begun, and pray that tomorrow we may see the sun. My friends, you love my friends.
Saying that on Facebook, the neighbor posted that he died, right in my neighbor's driveway. And that's when we figured there was more to the story, that he was actually beaten and not in a car accident.
When we first heard that Ronnie died and died because of a car accident, we immediately went to Louisiana. We stayed there a total of 9 days, and we had no cooperation. It was also those 9 days where we did have no cooperation, no communication with none of the police, no state troopers, anything. And it was a back and forth. They just ran us in circles. We couldn't talk to no one, and no one called us.
Lee, have you received any explanation as far as why this investigation is taking so long?
Well, the DA who was initially responsible for Union Parish said that he immediately acknowledged that these were civil rights violations and should be referred over to the Department of Justice and to the FBI. He says since he referred it back in 2019, the case has just laid in wait.
Ms. Hardin, of course, this year has been extremely difficult for so many, the so-called racial reckoning in our country, spurring protests and some amount of reform. You've been calling for justice for your son for more than a year now. Of course, there have been similar calls for justice for Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Jacob Blake, and the list goes on. Many of those calls, as you know, have gone unanswered. Do you have any advice for other grieving families? What's getting you through this time, and what do you hope for now? Do you have any advice?
What I can say is how it's so bittersweet, but it's the networking and communicating with so many families. We understand each other's grief, our loss. We totally connect. I hate using that description, but when people usually say, "I'm so sorry for your loss," it doesn't resonate on any level. But when immediately you meet these families who've endured this kind of pain and horrific situations that goes on with their loved ones, it's an unspoken bond that happens. And for me, I found that it lightens the burden on me. I have someone I can talk to and relate to. And all I can say is the networking. And keep the network with positive energy, positive people. It's unbelievable. The fact that here we are, almost a year and a half later, and the thoughts and everything on this it goes right back to day one. It's like I haven't awakened from this bad dream.
A nightmare, I'm sure. Mona and Danelle Hardin, Lee Merritt, we thank you so much for your time and for talking with us and sharing your son and brother's story.
Thank you for having us. Thank you. It's much appreciated.
Thank you.
And still ahead here on Prime, the burning car, the people trapped inside, and the dramatic rescue, all caught on police body cam. The Postal Service settling a lawsuit, what it means for the many expected to vote by mail. It's our ballot watch tonight. And speaking of voting, why race may impact how long you may have to wait in line to vote. We take a look by the numbers. But first, our tweet of the day. Singer Sam Smith with this important message. We take a look by the numbers. But first, our tweet of the day. Singer Sam Smith with this important message.
Yes, mornings may look different these days, but where you start your day,
Where you spend your mornings, where you get connected to everything that's happening.
And face it, there's a whole lot happening in our world these days.
where you get all the breaking new information of the day to help you navigate through these times.
That's why we're here.
Good morning, sunshine.
And making sure you start your day off with a smile and some sunshine.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Oh, how I love saying that.
Start your day off with a smile and some sunshine.
This is Montana Highway Patrol. You're looking for a couple of missing teenagers.
That's right. Last seen in a red Focus.
The steering wheel is getting stiff. Lock the doors. We're fine.
Last seen in a red Focus.